Hello, welcome to SoundBridge, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make your drums punch harder. This is inspired by a friend of mine who called me and told me that his snare doesn't punch enough, and after hearing it, what I realized is that it had a lot of a stereo component in the actual transient of that snare. And this is true for many different transient kind of sounds, so many different percussions can be this way. That does not mean that every single percussion you have needs to have a mono transient, but it works really well for snares. And if you think about real snare recording, when you record a snare in a drum room, you have the snare recorded in mono, and then you have the stereo, room mics, whatnot, to give you the sense of space. But that beginning, that initial transient is going to be mono, and it is going to punch really well, in that sound image. So one way to solve that, as I told him, was to duplicate the snare and place a plugin just like this one, a plugin that controls the mid-side balance. So this one is free, you can get that from Voxengo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place that plugin on this track where the snare is. I'm going to duplicate that track, Control D. Now I have two of those, same things. So two instances of that snare and two instances of that plugin on it. Now I'm going to cut this actual snare, let's say right here. Yeah, I'm going to split both of those right there. So I'm gonna make one of those just the transient and the other one just the tail, just like this. Now on the one that is just the transient, I'm actually going to lower the side information. So I'm actually going to mute everything that's stereo, so the difference from the left and right channel that's defined as stereo. So I'm going to mute all of that, and it's going to remain completely mono. And on the other one, I'm actually going to go a bit lower in volume on this mid information, so on all the mono information in this tail right here. So what does it sound like now? So I have a really monoed out transient, and I have a really nice and wide tail of the snare. I hope this helps you with your snares and toms, whatever kinds of instruments you want to apply this on, or drums. Because today with all the samples we're getting, we're not really sure what's what and how they're processed. So this is one of those techniques that could help you make that transient mono, so it's gonna punch really hard. Now don't forget, you can download your free copy of SoundBridge using the link in the description, and if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe.